Welcome to Child Growth and Development. In this video, I am going to take you through the class structure, what Canvas looks like, some of the larger assignments, and kind of key policies to be aware of this semester. I think the bigger thing to do right now is for me to go to Canvas. So I am going to share my screen. And this is our Canvas shell, which will look a little bit different to you than me because I've got the instructor access, but this is generally what it should look like. So the first module on Canvas is welcome, start here, and it will always be available to you, and it will always be the first module so that you can always find this information whenever you need to. And then after that, I am just going to take you through a little bit of what each week will kind of look like. So you will be able to see the first module, and then the second module is observations. And then we get into the key work of the semester. So we've got an intro to child development, then we're going to do pregnancy, prenatal, birth and newborn, infant and toddler. Then we'll get to preschool age, to middle childhood, to adolescence. Then we'll cover abuse and trauma, and then we will kind of finish up the semester with a review and then a final in the last 2 weeks of class. So each week on Monday, I will open a new module. So this week was all about your introduction, you're getting used to the class, it's syllabus week, basically. Next week, I will open pregnancy and prenatal on a Monday, and you will have new assignments associated with that. And then the week after that will be birth and newborn, then infant and toddler, then another week on infant and toddler. So every Monday I open a new module with a new video lecture, new readings, new information. Along with opening that module every week on Monday, I send you an announcement where I say, hey, welcome to the week. This is what we're covering. And I also give you kind of a comprehensive to-do list. Read this, watch this, learn this, take this, do this assignment. My assignments are typically a video quiz, maybe a reading and a writing, something along those lines. And sometimes there'll be one, sometimes there'll be two shorter ones together. But each week there will be some kind of video lecture, some kind of reading, and then some kind of a 10-point assignment that you have to complete for that week. So that's basically the structure. Every week I open something new on a Monday, and there's some kind of point associated with it. So that's generally what the class will look like. Throughout the class, there are kind of two larger assignments that you have to keep aware of. And observations. So observation is really a key way about how we learn more about children, observing them. And so you have two observations. Both of them are virtual observations. So you're going to watch a YouTube video of children, and you're going to give me detailed, objective information about what you see in that video. So you choose one child, you're like a newscaster. You're just looking for facts. You're just looking for what you see. You're just looking for as much detail. They pick this up. They walk on their tippy toes. They use their fingers. They use their left hand. These are the words they say. So you're going to do two of those observations that will be due at different times during the semester in a few weeks after we've gotten some information. I'd love to give you an observation assignment now, but we haven't learned enough about child development yet, so that will be due later on in the semester. So keep an eye out for those two observations. Once again, they're virtual observations that are online, but other than that, those two observations, every week I open some information, you're going to complete that, and then you're going to learn information, and then you'll complete the assignments by the following Monday. All right, within this module is the Welcome Start Here, which has this video that you are watching. It has the syllabus. I don't want this video to be too long. Before, this welcome video was about 35 to 45 minutes because I talked you through the entire syllabus. I'm trying to keep it a little bit shorter and sweeter, so it is going to be your responsibility to go through the syllabus, download the syllabus, and read the entirety of the syllabus. It's got good information about all of the services and support that we have available on campus for you. It's got my plagiarism information. It's got all of the key policies that you're going to want to read. I'm just going to kind of focus on the big key ones in this video. So the first one is communicate with me. I love communication. What I don't like is that you're confused and you don't understand it, or you have questions and you don't know who to ask. Me, I'm the person. I've been doing this for wow, I'm going to be like 27 years. I hate to say that. But I've been doing it quite a while. And I have a bachelor's and a master's in it. So please seek me out. I am here to help you to be successful in the class, but it's an online class. I don't know if you're having a hard time. So the best thing to do, left hand of this screen right now, my mouse is circling inbox. Shoot me a message there. Super, super easy. As soon as you shoot me the message, it goes to my Chafee email. I think it takes like 5 minutes for it to get there. I check my emails in the morning about midday, and then I'm wrapping up my day typically between 3 and 4. So I'm getting back online, see if there's any last minute things, and then kind of taking care of my last minute tasks. So I do check my email at least 3 times a day, but it's Monday through Friday. I do not check my emails Saturday or Sunday. What's due Monday? Your assignment. So if you, the best practice would be earlier in the week, you take a look at it, you look at the module, you kind of peruse it, and then you say, oh, I have a question, and you ask me, and then we get all of that figured out by Friday. And then when you actually maybe want to sit down and do it, it's probably the weekend. Totally fine. But you've had your questions answered. So email me as much as you want. I am here to kind of support you and help you throughout the semester in staying successful, but I can only do that if you let me know what kind of support you need. Speaking of support, right here, student support services, I have every link and resource that I can find on campus. I either have their number or I just have their direct link. So if you need healthcare, if you need mental health support services, if we have a pantry or kind of like food services, free food, if you need it as well. Sometimes we get like soccer tickets to like the LA Galaxy and stuff like that. They'll give us discounts, and then we're like, hey, and then we'll email you typically. So any kind of cool things or fun things or just things that you need, you've already paid for. I was a community college kid, so I remember paying per class. There's the units that you have to pay for, and then you have to get your ID card, and then you have to pay the students like fees and stuff like that. That goes towards this, in addition to funding and grants and things like that that we also do to support you. But this is for you guys. So please, if you need any extra support, hit up this module right here. Also, I have office hours, and they are twice a week. So please check out my office hour schedule. It is all linked there, and the Zoom link as well. If the office hours that I have this semester don't work for you, and you want to meet with me face to face, email me with a couple of times, and then I will send you back with like a Zoom link. So if you're like, oh, your office hours don't work this semester, then just email me and be like, hey, could we meet Tuesday at 3 or Thursday at 4 or Friday at 5? And I will choose one and I will send a link, and then we can meet together. My office hours typically are personal, so you'll stay in a waiting room, and then when I'm done with the student in front of you, I will click you out of the waiting room, and then we chat face to face and privately about whatever kind of issues you need. I'm here to help with permits, with employment. I mean, I can't get you a job, but I can help you, point you in the right direction if you wanted to work in early childhood education or education in general. I know a little bit about transferring, but mostly I can help you with the course content and any kind of support you need for this class. So in the first module, I want you to check out the syllabus and read it completely. But the most important thing is you can email me. My email is in the syllabus. So if you want to cut and paste this very, very long email, my name is Jolie. For whatever reason, Chafee College has to go by my birth certificate name, which is Crossway Van Schoik. And so that is that crazy long name that you are going to see on Canvas, but I just go by Jolie. But that is my email that's right there. Or once again, just email me that way. You're also going to take a look at the office hour schedule and make sure that you know the times that you can meet face to face with me, or you're going to email me with other times. You're also going to check out these student support services. Don't forget about the observations. And then the biggest thing is Mondays I open by sending you an announcement, and I also open everything on Canvas, and I always open it myself and send out the announcement myself, because I just like to make sure that everything that goes out is as correct as I can get it to be. And then you have an entire week until the following Monday to turn in those assignments that have to do with that week's kind of work. And once again, this is child development, so we're going to go chronologically through age. We'll do pregnancy, prenatal, infant, toddler, blah, 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 all the way to adolescence, kind of middle kind of early adulthood. And then we'll finish up with a review and a super easy final at the end. The review and the final, the review week, I give you all the questions. So I'm going to give you like 40 or 50 questions. For the final itself, I just choose 20 of those and I put them up online. So you've seen all the questions. You have lots and lots of time to prepare. You have an entire week. You've already seen the questions. I'm just choosing some of them, and they're all true, false, and multiple choice. You're also going to keep an eye on these observations that are also due. These are the only two kind of larger assignments that you have to be aware of for this class. Last thing that I would kind of like to let you know is my late work policy, because I know that you have family commitments, work commitments. This is not the most important thing. You don't wake up every morning thinking about child growth and development. You probably have a life outside of Chaffey College. Totally aware of that, totally understand that. I was a community college student myself who worked 30 hours a week and also went to school. We didn't have online learning at the time. So I had to go into class. So I did all of my classes at a night school before then transferring. So I'm well aware of that. So I do accept late work, but you have to have prior like approval communication with me. So you need to email me and let me know what's going on. I don't need like a whole story. Like you can just generally be like, I've just had to work 12 hours at the hospital this week. I'm going to be late on this assignment, but I will have it in by Friday. And I will just respond back with absolutely. Sometimes you're sick, and I will send you also the link and be like, hey, do you know we have student health services? Or something like that. My kid has COVID, same type of thing. So just as I generally know what's going on, and you've kind of let me know that you're going to be sick and when you're going to submit your work, then we are all good. What I don't accept is I don't accept any work in finals week. So the very last week of class, and this is a 14 week, so we finish like earlier. So the finals week for class, I do not accept any late work. We have a lot to do with student learning outcomes and grading finals and things like that. So I do not accept any late work. Throughout the semester, I will accept it if you have prior email or office hour communication with me and I've given you approval, then that is totally fine. If you are consistently emailing me, then we might have deeper conversation about what kind of student services you need, what kind of support you need in order to kind of get back on track in the class and not be consistently late. What I do not accept is I've checked out of the class, I don't go to the pages, I don't do the readings, I'm never online, I haven't logged in a month, and I'm trying to submit 5 to 6 or even sometimes 10 weeks of work in 1 day or 3 days or 5 days. Not going to happen. You can submit it. I won't accept it and I will not grade it. So if you haven't been online, you haven't been participating, you haven't been turning in weekly work consistently, and you just have not been engaging in the class, and then in the last week of class or the last couple of weeks of class, you're trying to do 10 weeks of work in 5 days, not going to happen, won't accept it, won't grade it. Once again, I'm more than happy to work with you, but we need communication back and forth together. I'm here to support you through that kind of process, but if you're not online, you're not doing the work, you can't then submit all of the work at the very end. I won't accept it. So that is kind of my bigger kind of late policy. Other than that, everything else is on the syllabus. I've got information about AI, I've got information about plagiarism, I've got all of your student support, so please check that out. Otherwise, the two most important things, once again, communicate with me early and often so I can help you, and two, please let me know whenever you are going to be late with any of your work so that we can just have a little bit of communication. So once again, I can help you be successful in class. Otherwise, I will see you guys more online, and I hope you enjoy this semester of learning more about child growth and development. All right, bye.